Hello, welcome to this video in which I will discuss my personal experience in the AnyLogic 2021 virtual conference. I tried to experience as much as possible. I didn't work on the site. I experienced the conference as much as I could. So I attended to as many talks as possible, and I tried to do as much as possible as long as this platform was allowing me to do something. So all the talks were pretty good. Like there's nothing I have negative to say about it. Everybody was talking about interesting subjects. There was always something, some nugget to take out of them. So the quality in terms of content was pretty good. There are a few things that I liked more than others, in particular because I expect to learn things I don't know. I've done hundreds of different AnyLogic models in different industries, and I like when I see something that, oh, I never thought about that. So that is cool for me. Of course, other people have different objectives in what they want to accomplish during a conference like this. So, for example, I liked Lean services, Lean business services. They have cool interfaces and they have really good work. They do their interface outside of AnyLogic, and then they bring it back so they can have a nicer view, probably with a designer or a UX developer. I also do that sometimes. It makes the simulation interface nicer, of course. I liked the University of Denmark, this one. They used interfaces to represent roles in agent-based simulations. This is something I've never done, so it's quite interesting for me to explore it later in order to be able to implement it in my own models as well. Another one that was interesting was this workshop from Benjamin Schumann, in particular because it's the only time during this whole conference that there was a discussion that was interesting in the chat. So we talked about purpose in the chat, and it was interesting to see like all the AnyLogic developers have their own opinion about it. And I like that. It should happen more, that during these talks, more discussions occur in the chat. But sometimes you don't know what to talk about, of course. I presented here in this topic that I wanted to present because I didn't see any use of machine learning or predictive models using statistics in the previous conference. I thought it was a good idea to just use an application of using Python with AnyLogic in runtime, which seems that people don't use too much, and they should do it more. So what else is here that was interesting? Of course, I liked the AnyLogic 8 new features, the AnyLogic 9 future. It always gives you a good taste of what's coming next, and I'm pretty excited to see AnyLogic 9 one day in the future, hopefully next year, if they don't delay it more. Also, this Microsoft talk was pretty good, and in particular, the camera quality was so amazing. I just want to know what kind of setup they were using, because it was so perfect. And also, I liked Heuristics model. It was a pretty big model, like it was very beautiful. I don't know where I can find it here, but they created 3D models outside of AnyLogic and import them in the model. I've done that in the past as well to make models prettier, but sometimes I just buy models that are somewhere in the web and I can just put them in the model. So you can always try that. So At the end, I think I also presented at the end of the conference here at 1:30 a.m. in my time. I was pretty sleepy actually. And there was no many people left, I think. Compared to the other talks, the engagement was pretty low. I also thought that the engagement was pretty low as well in the last talk. Um, but in general, I'm pretty happy with this conference in terms of topics and content. And I hope you enjoyed this as well. Now, there were other things on this platform that people didn't take advantage of. For example, there was these discussion boards about different topics, and people didn't use them very much. There were some discussions like people trying to get help, like basically a Stack Overflow situation, and I tried to help them as well. Not many discussions were happening. Maybe people don't know what to talk about. Another thing that was really, really cool to have, but wasn't taken advantage of, was these roundtables. I went to these roundtables a few times and nobody was there, but I decided to stay a couple of hours just to see if anyone would show up. Because when you clicked on this roundtable, you would have this video, and it would become kind of a chat roulette where you end up talking to a random person. So two people appeared in these 2 hours. One of them I already knew him, and the other one was an AnyLogic employee. So not much happened here, at least from my side. I don't know how other people experienced it, but after 2 hours, I didn't get too many people to talk to. So that was a shame because the engagement was pretty low compared to live situations in which you talk to a lot of people all the time. Here it was much less. In particular, if you use the participant matching, yeah, you could talk to someone who matches with you, but I don't know. I didn't use it. I got some contacts of people who talk to me randomly, but not much really. Another thing that I don't know how it worked really, like I never understood, was the sponsors. I was expecting for the sponsors to have the platforms where you can just talk to them. But for example, if I came here, there was no option to just do anything. I would expect it to be like a booth, so they would be there and I could talk to them like on camera, but that wasn't the case. So you only had the information about the sponsor, but no actual way to talk to them. So I don't know I don't know if I didn't understand it or it was just how it was designed. Not sure. Well, the final thing was this activity challenge that I discovered when I was going to do this video actually. Because you could earn points when you participated, and since I spent the whole day participating and trying to do stuff, I guess I got the 5th place, which is fun because that means I will win a subscription to AnyLogic Cloud, which I don't have. So that's pretty good. There were some errors though, like QA participation, I have 0 points, even though I asked a lot of questions and I posted a photo on the feed. Well, it wasn't perfect, but congratulations to all these winners. So in general, I would say that engagement was pretty low compared to live situations. So I definitely prefer live conferences for 100%. But the talks were very good. Unfortunately, you can't watch all the talks because they had 2 tracks, but as the ones I saw were good. So I'm happy I spent the day doing that. And those are my thoughts. That's it. Thank you for watching.